Hi, welcome back to Dear Younger Me, episode 8. And we're going to continue where we left off in the last episode. We were talking about just a lot of different changes going on in our family and what that's been like as it's new. As a mama, I have never before had 20 and 23-year-olds. And so Truman and I, my husband, we've had to really look back at what we liked about that age and stage of our life, what was hard and what maybe we'd like to do different, and try to apply that as parents and fail along the way. But I think one thing we're good at in our family, and I'm probably most proud of as a parent, is our ability to be accountable, to say sorry, even if it's me as mom saying sorry in that authority role. We do that in our family. My husband does that. And so we've navigated that. We set boundaries and rules and looked at what they were saying, both Jada and Logan, as what they wanted as independent adults now living back in our home, and what we needed as adults, owning the home and still being in that parent role, and what it would look like to bridge that parenting children role to navigating a relationship with our adult children. And it's been a beautiful struggle, as we like to say around here. Jada has a tattoo that says life is a beautiful struggle, and I think it says it well.
It does. And I also feel like, from the daughter aspect, it was kind of like, well, how do I get you to view me as an adult, but that I am, but then also be accountable and be that adult that you want me to be able for you to see me as an adult, Right.
And I think you and your brother have both shared with me a lesson I had to learn, was that sometimes my approach to doing that can come across harsh. I'm pretty direct, I'm pretty transparent, and sometimes that can feel hurtful. And the last thing I ever want to do is be shaming or hurtful to my kids. So I have to look at how I deliver that when they tell me about it. And we had to really dive deep into what does the respect look like. And so we navigated to really 3 rules in our home, which are respect, responsibility, and accountability. And if we lean on those in all 4 of us, then maybe we can navigate and provide this place, this safe landing for both of our young adult children as they figure out their 20s. Because damn, dear younger me, I figured them out the hard way. I needed to figure it out on my own for my own reasons, and that's another day, another story. But I often did it the hard way, and I think what I've heard from you and your brother is a reminder of the voice I think so many young 20-somethings have, which is, I should be somewhere else. I'm not doing enough.
Definitely.
I'm disappointing my parents, my family, what if, where if, shoulda, woulda, coulda. And if there's one thing I can do in this age for any of you that are in your 20s, and for you, the dear younger part of me, is to just say, you're right where you're supposed to be, and you're not supposed to know it all, because you're just supposed to figure out what you want to know. And you start just by starting.
And I just want to say thank you, because I know when you were in your 20s, it was kind of like you were just thrown out in the world by yourself, and you had to kind of go out and get it yourself. And it makes me really thankful that you are a parent that, wants to help me navigate adulting, because I'm making me not feel alone. And I know there are a lot of people out there that, don't have the support of, being able to have parents to help them navigate their 20s and become an adult and transfer over to being independent. So thank you. And I know, it's not easy if you don't have that support system, but definitely there are resources that can help you through that. So just doing your research and knowing that you can find people or resources that can do exactly that to replace whatever relationship you don't have with your parents.
Yeah, for me, I mean, there were certainly periods where I leaned into my mom, especially, and trying to have a relationship in a different way. And we had moments, seasons, I like to call them, and I'll cherish that. But for the majority, I didn't have that relationship. But I had a damn good therapist, and I have an even more amazing best friend, too, actually, because my husband is my person, and I could share anything, and he's the second person that really loved me just unapologetically and authentically. And the other person is my best friend Tracy. And so you find somebody.
Shout out Tracy.
Shout out Trace. But find somebody, and we're all here to listen, but also to understand and to affirm that the 20s are your time for independence and figuring yourself out, and where you're at is right where you're supposed to be, as long as you're moving forward one step at a time.
Yeah. And I think we covered a lot in this one.
It's nice to have extra time.
We just discovered 10 minutes. I know some people probably won't stick around for the 10 minutes, but if you do, we really appreciate you. And if you want more, follow us, and we are going to try to give you the best advice, even though, we're kind of figuring it out as we go too. Yeah. But, sometimes it helps to watch someone else figure it out, so it makes it easier for you to realize, oh, I can figure this out. So thank you, and we'll see you next time.